Let's continue the story from last time. Nearing the day of the town's collapse, Ning Yao instructed Chen Pinggan to stay honestly in the blacksmith store no matter what happened in the future, so that he could be safe. But Chen Pinggan didn't want to get Wan Xiong in trouble, and he decided to tell Wan Xiong about what happened to see if Wan Xiong was willing to take him on as an apprentice. Ning Yao was attracted by Chen Pinggan's view on love during his chat with him. The reason why the Lizhu Cave Heaven would start to break up was because after the dragon beheading battle, the Lizhu Cave Heaven enjoyed a great fortune for 3,000 years, and all the inhabitants of the Lizhu Cave Heaven gained a great chance. But this was against the rules of the world. So after the true dragon's fortune dispersed, the heavenly Tao would start to punish the Lizhu Cave Heaven. And the heaven's Tao's punishment would make it so that all of the inhabitants of the Lizhu Cave Heaven wouldn't have an afterlife after their deaths. So in order to keep the now uninformed and innocent inhabitants of the town from being heavenly Tao's punishment, Qi Jingchun was prepared to resist all the punishment alone. Qi Jingchun protected the Lizhu Cave Heaven in his own hands and faced the representatives from Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, and the military school alone, because man could not fight against the heavenly Tao, so he could not take action against the immortals who descended to cast spells. The first to strike at Qi Jingchun was the soldier's immortal, who attacked Qi Jingchun with a rain of swords, and Qi Jingchun only used his own cultivated natal character as a protective shield to withstand the attack of the rain of swords, followed by the Taoist immortal, who cooperated with the soldier's immortal to use the thunderbolt method to deal with Qi Jingchun. And Qi Jingchun continued to use his own natal character to resist it, but the Lizhu Cave Heaven that Qi Jingchun was desperately trying to protect, and the dragon's qi transformed into a dragon form and began to devour Qi Jingchun, causing him a big amount of damage. But Qi Jingchun remained steadfast in his beliefs and didn't give up on the Lizhu Cave Heaven that he was protecting. Seeing that Qi Jingchun had no intention of repenting, the immortal of the military family took the lead in giving Qi Jingchun heavy punch after heavy punch with all his might, and the immortal of the Taoist family used a flying sword to cut off Qi Jingchun's right hand that was resisting the punches, and with the combined attacks of the two immortals, Qi Jingchun finally could not resist any longer, and his body began to slowly collapse and slowly began to fly into dust and ashes. In the process of the body dissipating, Qi Jingchun gave the town's Chen Pinggan one last chance. He let Chen Pinggan enter the corridor bridge illusion and began to accept the examination of a sword immortal old senior. When all the voices in the world were cursing or persuading Chen Pinggan to back off, the only voice of Qi Jingchun alone told Chen Pinggan in his heart to stand up straight and continue to move forward, and that the opportunity to change his destiny was just around the corner. Seeing that Chen Pinggan finally succeeded in crossing the corridor bridge and gaining the old senior's recognition, Qi Jingchun felt as if he had seen his younger self coming out of the dilemma, and with no more attachments in his heart, he slowly protected the Lizhu Cave Heaven in his hands, letting it slowly fall to the ground, while he himself disappeared completely between heaven and earth with a loud, unrestrained laugh. Sage Qi Jingchun, in order to protect the town's 6,000 residents, did not use his own skills in the process of resisting the heavenly tribulation, and simply relied on the 3 native characters he had cultivated to withstand all the attacks, so that all of the town's residents would be able to have an afterlife. Under the protection of Qi Jingchun, the entire Lizhu Cave Heaven slowly fell to the ground. The boundary in the shape of a dragon pearl completely shattered, and the town merged with the territory of the Dali dynasty, becoming part of the Dali dynasty's land. The weather in the town began to change for the better. The sun shone into everyone's home. Everything in the town was as usual, except that the town was missing a teacher, Qi Jingchun. After Qi Jingchun's death, Wan Xiong took his place as the last sage to watch over the town. The town's old acacia tree whose ancestors watched over the world also fell down because it was time, and the town's residents who didn't know the situation grabbed the trunk and branches of the old acacia tree, preparing to take them home to use as wood, which a little girl called Li Baoping was carrying a branch to her home, and Chen Pinggan, who was passing by, called out to her, and Chen Pinggan's home was closer to the acacia tree, and Chen Pinggan allowed Li Baoping to be able to put the tree branches into his home, to try to pick up some more, and then slowly move back to her home from Chen Pinggan's home. But Chen Pinggan has a condition, that is, Li Baoping in the process of picking up branches. If she see the green acacia leaves, she must help himself to collect them. With his divine power, Old Man Yang collected the soul of Ma Lanhua and also edicted her to be a river woman. He gave Ma Lanhua a chance, that is, by crossing from underneath the corridor bridge, Ma Lanhua would be able to metamorphose to become a river goddess, but the corridor bridge seemed to have some kind of seal in it, As soon as Ma Lanhua approached it, she would have a feeling of blazing fire, which made her not dare to get close to the corridor bridge. However, for the sake of her own road to become a goddess, she still endured the feeling of being the pain of the fiery burning sensation. She forced her way across the corridor bridge, and her body, after being baptized by the seal, was restored to the state it was in when she was young, and she was successfully promoted to become a river goddess. Because this behavior of hers was helpful to Wan Xiong in casting the sword, Wan Xiong, as a sage, did not kill her, but only gave her a small punishment. On the riverbank, Cui Minghuang comes to visit Old Man Yang, who wants to build a new academy on Mount Pai Yun, hoping that Old Man Yang will agree to it. And when Old Man Yang asks him if Qi Jingquan's death was all plotted by them, Cui Minghuang expresses his denial. On the other hand, after Lizhu Cave Heaven officially became a possession of the Dali dynasty, the Dali dynasty sent a new official, Wu Yuan, to come and manage the town, and the Dali dynasty hoped that Wan Xiong could start a sect in the town, so they hoped that Wan Xiong could choose 3 mountains by himself to serve as the foundation. Wan Xiong asked the Dali dynasty how to prepare for the next development of the town. There are a few arrogant cultivators driving flying swords one across the town, and Wan Xiong to the town to set the rules is no matter how powerful people are not allowed to fly in the town royal sword. Wan Xiong found that these people, completely regardless of their own rules, angrily rushed to the front of a few, did not say a word, directly a hammer to end the life of the woman who led the way. And a man wanted to teach a lesson. A man wanted to go out to teach Wan Xiong. The same was Wan Xiong, a hammer to death. Wan Xiong loudly told all the people who came to the town, who dares to break their own rules again, they will definitely kill them. Chen Pinggan went to the blacksmith store with the dragon chopper rocks to look for Ning Yao, but he was told by Wan Xiao that Ning Yao had already left the town. Chen Pinggan realized that the day Lu Xianying left, Ning Yao also came to say goodbye to him, so he could only leave sadly. As he was walking to the corridor bridge, the old elder sword immortal appeared in front of him to speak to him, but before he could hear him clearly, the old elder departed. Wan Xiao caught up with Chen Pinggan from behind. She told Chen Pinggan that Wan Xiong had asked Chen Pinggan to honestly help out at the blacksmith store during this period of time, because the blacksmith store was short of people. After hearing this news, Chen Pinggan honestly followed Wan Xiao back to the blacksmith store. After returning to the blacksmith store, Chen Pinggan wanted to ask Wan Xiao a question. Wan Xiao was a bit nervous because she had read too little. Fortunately, Chen Pinggan wrote out words related to martial arts. Just when she was teaching Chen Pinggan the relevant knowledge, a teenager with a red on his eyebrow appeared behind them. The teenager's harassment of them made Wan Xiao very angry. She stopped teaching and started to teach the teenager a lesson. After finishing his work at the blacksmith store, Chen Pinggan returned home and met Li Baoping, who had finished moving the branches. Li Baoping saw Chen Pinggan returning and went up to him and handed him a piece of acacia leaf. But Chen Pinggan could see from her eyes that she had collected more than just one acacia leaf. But she also wanted it, so she told a lie. Chen Pinggan reached out and asked Li Baoping to surrender the rest of the acacia leaf. Li Baoping knew that she couldn't hide the acacia leaf from the others. She could only obediently surrender the rest of the acacia leaf. But after taking it, Chen Pinggan told her that since she had promised someone something, she must give it back to them. But after taking the acacia leaves, Chen Pinggan regave them to Li Baoping. He told Li Baoping that giving it away and hiding it are 2 completely different things, and that since she had promised someone else, she must fulfill it properly, and these words made Li Baoping start to respect him a little bit. Right in the gap between their words, a group of Kensho who were harnessing flying swords flew over their heads. They were flying south. There was a girl who broke away from the group and flew in the direction of Chen Pinggan. This girl was none other than Ning Yao. She wanted to really say goodbye to Chen Pinggan, so she appeared. Chen Pinggan wanted to give his dragon chopping stage to Ning Yao, but only after he had put down his backpack and took out the dragon chopping stage. Ning Yao once again left with her flying sword. These sword cultivators were able to harness flying swords to fly over the town because they were going to the Great Wall of Sword Qi to kill the demon race for the human race and guard the safety of the human world, and Wan Xiong respected their dedication, so he gave them the privilege of passing through the town as well as flying with their swords. We'll see you in the next video.